the studio with us is Tosin Ajayi. He is the Public Relations Officer of Ekiti PDP Media Alliance. You're welcome to Puff Television Studio.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Mr. Ajayi, popularly known as Tosin Osoko. Where did that name, Tosin Osoko, originate from?
In 2007, I traveled down to Delta State and I met a designer, a graphic designer, who bears the name Osoko. And I saw him as a mentor. I took him as my mentor, as a leader. And fortunately, when I joined politics in 2013, I came in to Ekiti PDP, and the gubernatorial aspirant vying for Ekiti State governorship seat as at then, one of the aspirants, former Governor Ayo Fayose, also bears Osoko Mole. So I think it was just a coincidence, and since then I think I'm okay with the name.
But many people will feel that it is as a result of your closeness with the former governor that you bear Tosin Osoko.
Actually, that was not the reason. But since I worked with the former governor, and at the time I was one of his admirers, so I think it's okay. In 2013, when I joined politics through my own leader, Otunbali Olanyika, he was working with Chief Adiyeyi as at then. So immediately after the primary, when Leo Olanyika joined Fayose's camp, he brought me in and we did all the whole exercise that made the former governor became a governor as at then. And since then, we've been working together. I worked under Otunbali Olanyika as one of his media boys, media guys, back then. So I was very close to the former governor.
What is the relationship between you and Leo Olanyika today?
We are still together, but due to the alliance of the former governor with the APC, and I'm also a loyal PDP member, and Otunbali Olanyika is still loyal to former Governor Fayose. So that's the only aspect we have some differences, but we still enjoy our close relationship together.
What exactly is going on in the PDP today? Since the 2022 governorship election, PDP seems to have been in disarray. What is the situation as of today?
In 2021, a year before the primary election, gubernatorial primary election, PDP was still in a good political state in Ekiti here. And I think it is not new to the public that Ekiti State is a PDP state. But let me call it selfishness, the selfishness of our former governor, His Excellency Peter Odile Fayose, has caused us a lot of damage since 2021 till today. As of today, Ekiti PDP is in a state of comatose. We are only trying to put our house together now without him to get things right, so that we can form, a reasonable, a viable opposition in Ekiti State that can confront the incumbent government of Ekiti State. Ekiti PDP today is facing leadership challenges. Initially, we have a former governor in our party who was the leader, former Governor Fayose. At a point in time, Chief Shegoni came into PDP. As at then, we have two former governors in our party. But former Governor Fayose is a type of politician that parade weaklings. He doesn't want people that have intelligence, people that can challenge him, people that are knowledgeable. He doesn't want them in his environment. So he decided to use every trick he has to make sure Engineer Shegoni is done with that primary. And later, after he lost that primary, he left for SDP. And since then, Ekiti PDP have been moving from one battle to another, from one leadership crisis to another. But I can assure you, very soon, we are working on it. Ekiti PDP will be restored back as a viable opposition in Ekiti State, and our party will be reconciled together.
Ekiti Restoration 2014. Time to choose a leader who will take the people of the land of honor to the destination point. Who does the cap fit? The man who in 3.5 years changed the history of Ekiti from obscurity to visibility, transforming Ekiti to a frontline state in Nigeria. Here is the architect of modern Ekiti, Ayo Fayose, the cat with 9 lives. A man with a penchant for removing incumbents.
I have done it before, I will do it again.
8 years after, his popularity subsists. He is set to return as the people's governor. Let's give him our vote and reverse the ongoing degradation in Ekiti land.
Your card is your strength.
A vote for Ayo Fayose is an uplift of Ekiti to the next level.
PDP power!
The same former governor you're talking about, I remember, is the one who raised the status of the PDP for the first time in Ekiti State when he won the 2003 governorship election by defeating the incumbents. And he repeated the feat in 2014 when he also defeated another incumbent APC government, giving him 16-0.
Of course.
So how come the same man is being accused of being responsible for the party not going well any longer?
One of the problem PDP has in general, not even Ekiti PDP both at the national level and at the state level, is that they forgive easily. Which to me in politics, I think it shouldn't be. In 2003, when Governor Fayose came in as Ekiti State governor, and I think he left 2006, I think he was doing well, and to even both at the party level and to the general public, he was doing well before he left unceremoniously. In 2014, when he came back, before 2014, when former Governor Segun was having the court case, former Governor Fayose openly, even at his father's funeral ceremony, was parading placards of APC, fire me for governor, this and that. He started working against PDP as far back as 2009, 2010. But you see, PDP, they are very calm. They don't take discipline so serious, and that's the truth. If not, I think someone that has done that to the party at a time should not be opportune to come back and pick our ticket again. But I think PDP, they have a forgiving spirit, and they gave him the ticket in 2014.
You were also among those who worked with him.
Yes, I worked for him, and he emerged as the governor of Ekiti State. But since then, the former governor has been trying to play people, not even the politicians alone, playing Ekiti people, playing everyone. Now, let me give you a little analysis. In 2014, when he came, before Fayose, when he came in 2003 to 2006, 2014 to 2018, I think he worked with not less than 40 assembly members.
40?
Yes. In 7.5 years. I think we have 26 assembly members. Yes. He worked with more than 35 local government chairmen. He worked with more than 300 councillors in this Ekiti. He worked with many SSAs, SA, numbers over 400 in 7.5 years. How many of them are with him today? He has no leadership quality, very greedy, is a double standard person.
My deputy governor, I will continue to love you. You are a very loyal boy. You are a very loyal boy. You are a very loyal boy. Àṣélẹ̀ ò ní àbọ̀ wá. Ó ní àṣélẹ̀ làbọ̀ wá. Ẹni tó bá ti gbin ìkorò, ìkorò ló máa ká. Ẹni tó bá ti gbin àlàáfíà tí ò jẹ ajínilẹ́sẹ̀, àlàáfíà ló máa ká. I'm a very clear person. Tó bá ń ṣe dáadáa, màmá sọ fún yín. Tó bá ń ṣe búburú, màá ní èèyàn búburú ni ẹ́ o. I'm not afraid at all. God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of courage and sound mind to make exploits. You go to the book of Joshua chapter 1. Throughout that chapter, he said, be courageous. Be courageous. Be courageous. Be of good courage. He was talking to Joshua and Fayose of today. Yes. Kábíyèsí, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o. Màá rí yín bá, mo dúpẹ́ fún àtìlẹ́yìn yín. Èèyàn ò lè dá láyé lọ́rùn. Ṣùgbọ́n màá ṣe gbogbo tọ́lọ́run fi rán mi. Ìgbà ló nígbà ń lò. Màá lo eléyìí já. Ìgbà ló nígbà ń lò.
And someone who have served as a governor 2 times under the platform of PDP, now coming out to tell people bow for second term, 4 + 4 = 8, and recently he said we should not allow PDP to die in Ekiti. Double standard. He's not a man to be trusted, so such a man cannot be a leader of our party. We don't want him in the party, and by God's grace we are taking serious steps to finally expel him from Ekiti PDP.
But he came to town very recently, I think early this week, and he held meetings with large crowds of Ekiti PDP members in some towns. I remember Emure, Ise, and Ilawe, and perhaps in Ado Ekiti too. What would you say about his popularity that is still enduring in the PDP?
Governor Fayose coming back to Ekiti, just of recent, is just a stage play. I would rather ask people to help me suggest a Nollywood name for him, because he's a dramatic person. Check those who attended his meeting at his hotel at Fajui, NTS. Emure, Ise. There's no reasonable politicians among them. They just went to the street. You know, there's hunger in the land. So it is very easy for you to just give people 500, 1,000 naira and have a large crowd in a gathering. And that was what he has done. And he's doing all these things to please his playmasters in the other party, where he has pledged alliance that's going to work for them to emerge the second time in Ekiti State. So I have not seen those gatherings as a reasonable one. It's just a state play.
Are you saying those people he met are not members of the PDP?
95% of them are not PDP members. If someone who served as a governor, as a 2-term governor, who had assembly members, commissioners, House of Rep, senators that served in the same government with him, how many of them do you see in attendance? None. There was no former governor, no former chairman, no assembly member. Even the last assembly candidate, how many of them graced the occasion? None. So it's a drama, it's just a stage play.
But when you say you are going to remove him from the party, you should also be aware that even the present executive of the party were those who ascended this position through him. So in a way, we can still say he's in charge of the PDP structure in Ekiti State. Is that not so?
Of course, he is.
So how do you succeed that?
In 2 months' time, that tenure will run to expiration. So we are going to have a new set of executives, which we are going to produce, not him. So by then, it will be very easy for us to achieve our aim and expel him from the party.
Would you say there are no people in the party, members of the PDP, who are also his great supporters, who will support him any day, any time, and who make it impossible for you to achieve your aims?
No matter how bad you are, you always have a supporter. Former Governor Fayose still has some people following him in the party, but they are the minority few. They are very few. Those that are supporting him in Ekiti PDP are very few. But the reason why it has been so difficult for Ekiti PDP to expel him is very simple. Every politics is local. And before you can suspend anyone from the party, irrespective of whom that person is, it must start from the ward. And the present ward executive from Afao, there is followers. So it's very difficult for us at this moment to expel him easily. But in 8 weeks' time, we are going to have another state congress. We are starting our world congress next month. By then, we will install our own loyalists, and by then it will be easy for us to send him off the party.
But how do you also install your own loyalist in his own ward, where he is in charge and his people are still in charge?
You see, I don't need to discuss everything on air. But when the time comes, it will be very easy for us. We are working towards that, and we are going to achieve that. We have been working for over 2 months now. We have been trying to find those that will fit in, that will do the job, and make sure the man is out of the party. And in a few weeks' time, we are going to install them. Even from his own ward, he won't have a single executive from his own ward.
What do you have against Fayose when he says the present governor has visited him about 13 times and that the governor is humble and he has no reason to turn him back? And this is the first time in Ekiti State we are having a governor who unifies, who goes to everybody regardless of their political party.
With due respect, I'm not seeing Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji as a unifier. I am seeing him as someone who is desperate to become governor the second time. That's what I can see. Because I don't see a reason why a working governor, a busy governor, will visit a former governor 13 times in less than 2 years in office. Is that how convenient Ekiti people are, that governor did not even have anything doing then than to be visiting the former governor? Is an act of desperacy to invite the second time, because he knows with Fayose, who is still a PDP member today, will help him achieve his aim by making sure PDP is not an active opposition. And that we are working towards, we are going to stop.
Are you saying without the alliance between APC and Fayose, APC wouldn't have won the last election?
Former Governor Fayose did not have any influence on how Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji emerged. He didn't. But you know, former Governor Fayose is a very smart person. He's looking for a way to survive in politics, especially at the local level here in Ekiti State. And you see, as a normal thinker, you will see that with APC at the federal level, APC at the state level, they have, as at now, they have 45% assurance of retaining the seat here in Ekiti. And former Governor Fayose is a well-calculated human being, and he has seen all these things. And that's why he is now romancing APC. He has no political ground in Ekiti again, former Governor Fayose. Yes, in 2018, he presented Professor Kola Polishola Eleka for governor. He lost. 2022, he presented Otumba Biskola Wole for governor. He lost. He presented his own biological son for the House of Rep. He lost. So he has not produced any successor apart from him becoming governor. So he does not have any political ground in Ekiti. He's just trying to look for a cover up, and that is what he's using Governor Oyebanji to do.
The best days of PDP in Ekiti State were days when Fayose was in charge, his first and second term. Do you see PDP doing better without Fayose as a member of the party?
Of course. At a point in time, former Governor Sheguni was the Ekiti State governor under the platform of PDP. And when he left, everybody thought there won't be an hard-working governor like former Governor Sheguni again. But in 2014, former Governor Fayose came in, and as of today, sentiment apart, he has the largest number of projects in Ekiti State, in this Ekiti. So in PDP, we have people who have the love of the masses at heart. We have them in numbers. Apart from Ekiti State, you can cross-examine APC in other states and compare them with other PDP governors from other states. You see PDP are always performing. Even at the federal level, when PDP was in charge of the whole country, you can see the difference. PDP is always they have hardworking people. I'm not writing APC off totally. They have some that are hardworking, but majority of them, maybe it's their tradition. I don't know. But so if former Governor Fayose is out of PDP today, they are tangible people who will even perform better than he has done. We have them in PDP.
What would you say is the worst offense of Ayo Fayose? Is it his romance with the APC government at the moment?
Of course. That's the greatest offense he has committed against PDP. A party who made you governor in 2003 to 2006. He left PDP, he went to Labour Party to test his popularity. He contested the Senate. He lost. Ojudu won. He lost that election. He came back to PDP. The same party made you governor the second time. And today, you are going around badmouthing the same PDP. The platform that gave you a chance to rose to stardom. So I think that's his greatest offense. Anti-party.
But the same governor is saying he's donating 50 million naira for those who want to contest positions within the party in the coming Congress.
I think that's an audio money.
What do you mean by that?
It's an audio money. Who wants to take 50 million naira from him? Who? You want to donate 50 million naira to a party that you said is not going to win next election? The local government chairman from the 16 local government rejected his offer, that he don't want his money. Why donate it to a party you are working against?
Are you sure nobody will take that money?
Nobody will take it. Nobody.
If today Fayose apologizes for his offenses and is ready to conform to party rules and retain his leadership position in the party, would he be forgiven and he remains a member?
Former Governor Fayose cannot be a PDP leader again. Leadership is earned. You don't contest leadership. Your activities, your behavior, the way you dialogue with your party members, the roles you play will earn you that leadership role. And if you see what former Governor Fayose has done, going around, even the last election, he worked against the PDP. In Ekiti here, you are already working against PDP towards 2026 election, gubernatorial election. So how are we going to be sure if such person is coming back that is now a repentant soul? How are we going to trust him? So it is better he keep his stand, he maintain his stand with the APC till we are going to expel him in 2 months' time.
How easy do you think this is going to be?
It's going to be possible. It is going to be possible. Even as of today, if we want to expel former Governor Fayose, we have about 40% chance of doing that. But because that local politics, the word, that is the only reason why we are finding it difficult to expel him out of the party.
What about the chairman that he nominated, who is still in charge?
Agbola Alaba is not working with him.
Is that so?
Yes. But either Engineer Alaba is working with him or not, in 2 months' time, they will pack their load and go.
Today, who do you consider the leader of PDP in Ekiti State?
As of today, we have leaders.
One who is the greatest?
No, we are practicing collegiate leadership as of today.
Who are they?
Senator Mrs. Olujimi, Professor Kola Polushola Leka, Senator Duro Fasheyi, Right Honorable Tunji Odeyemi, the former governor and the former speaker. We have Honorable Wale Aribisala, also from the north. And we have a lot of them. We are practicing collegiate leadership from each senatorial district, where they make decisions and brings everything to a table where to be finalized.
There is a publication by RS1, Larry Olayinka, that the present executive want to impose a chairman from the Ekiti North senatorial region. and they had occupied that position for maybe 8 years or so, or 12 years or so. How does that resonate with you?
In the past, there is a gentleman agreement in PDP, which we call zoning, where party positions is being rotated among from the 3 senatorial districts. But everything was very easier back then because we were in government. Fayose was the governor, so no one questions his opinion. But as of today, we have 4 people who are contesting the chairmanship seats. We have Barrister Olufemi Sunday from the south. We have Prince Funsho Ayeni from the north. We have Honorable Segun Akinwumi from the north, and we have Honorable Segun Adewumi from the central. We have 4 of them as at today. And I think recently the national said anyone can contest for the position, and the state working committee as well made their own zoning arrangement. So we are still waiting for the national to give us their final decision. Actually, the state working committee will sit and give us their own position. We should go to the SEC, the state executive. This is where they will determine and bring everything to a final table. But you know, with the recent disunity among the party members and leaders, it has been so difficult for us. As of today, we are not sure. Maybe we are going for zoning, or we are going to throw it open. So, but in 2 weeks' time, or less than 2 weeks, we will finalize everything.
My final question, Mr. Ajayi, do you see the coming Congress actually solving the crisis in the PDP permanently?
Of course. As of today, our leaders, the leaders I mentioned, Senator Lujimi, Senator Dufasheyi, Professor Leka, Right Honorable Emi, and our leaders in Ekiti PDP, as of today, they have instructed loyal party members from each territorial district to make sure their executives that is going to come from each ward in the next Congress will be a total agreement within each ward members. So the way we are going to conduct our Congress, we are going to have unity list where we won't contest those positions. It will be an agreement. Maybe we pick so and let him emerge as the chairman, as the youth leader, so that there will be peace, that we are not going to experience any post-Congress conflict. So after the Congress, our party will be back to normal, and we are going to play the opposition role Ekiti people want us to play.
We'll be speaking to Mr. Tosin Ajayi, the Public Relations Officer of Ekiti PDP Media Alliance. He's been speaking on the crisis rocking Ekiti PDP, and he says the matter will be laid to rest very soon. Mr. Ajayi, thank you for coming.
You're welcome, sir.
People of the Fountain.